Welcome back to Hong Kong Direct. More from studio guests Graham Cunningham and Trenton Akers with their horses to follow coming up in a moment as we head into the next section, which is trial file part of our programme. First up, though, two of our racing analysts, Daryl Anderson and Paul Lally, with their horses from the trials. Paul's first, and the horse he's looking out for is Prime Minister.
400 metres from home, swinging for the run to the judge now. Glorified Fire, the first to corner in. Narrowly in front from Prime Minister. A couple of lengths to Alley King Prawn from Apex Top. Maldives and then Methane. Further out of the field to Melbourne Hall. And Green Rain is running on, but it's Prime Minister inside the last 100 metres. In front, Maldives, Apex Top are coming. Prime Minister's in front though, and he wins by 3/4 of a length on Maldives.
This is his second trial. He did run a nice trial at Sha Tin behind Seven Heavens as well. So he's had two trials, only had one run last season, came in on a rating of 75 after winning 4 races in New Zealand when he was called Makataka. Now he's been up in Chung Fa as well. I think the horse has settled in really nicely, and I just like the way he stretched out. He jumped well, he drew wide in that Happy Valley trial, he came across, he was right outside the leader and ran on and won the trial really nicely. So I think he's really acclimatised well, this horse, and at a rating of 75, I think it's a good rating for him. I think he can go on and win races.
One that did take my eye is a newcomer to Hong Kong with the Tony Millard stable. His name is Maximus. Previously Charriers. He had a couple of starts over 1,400 metres in France, won those, had another over 1,600 metres, and then he went to the UK and went over a mile on the poly track there, won that as well. So he's arrived in Hong Kong, unbeaten in 4 starts, and this was his first trial at Happy Valley the other day, batch number 3. He's joined the Millard stable, and you can see him in saddlecloth number 10. He drifts back off a wide draw in the hands of Alexi Bedell, but he was never really pressured at any point. And once he sort of balanced up in the straight, I thought he hit the line very well. And for a 3-year-old, and a really strong 3-year-old, I think he's got a big future. Obviously, this trial was over 1,200 metres, and I think he's going to be better over ground, as his form in the Northern Hemisphere suggests. So he might be a horse that is targeting the Derby next year, and I think from what we've seen just in this one trial, I think he's got a lot of upside.
All right, there you go. There's 2 for the notebook. Maximus and Prime Minister. It'd be yes, Prime Minister, if he wins first up, Graham. I'm sure. What have you seen at the trials? Who have you got your eye on?
Well, mine isn't a dark horse or even an unexposed horse. He's just a hard-knocking handicapper who I think is ready to win. It's Manfred Mann's Star of Yuen Long. He's 1 from 11 in Hong Kong so far. He's already fit from a very good first time out at Sha Tin this season. But when we look through this trial, with Zach Purton on board, looks like Zach's going to stick with him after that very good performance last time. He just looks like a horse who's really in prime form. Look at the horse in white, the chestnut horse on the outside. That's another 80-rated horse, Inner Flame, and you can see that Inner Flame is being pushed along pretty vigorously to hit the line here. By contrast, Zach Purton is pretty motionless on Star of Yuen Long. They passed the post in a dead heat in the trial. If they met on similar terms in a race, I know which one I'd rather be on. I just think he's a horse who's ready to go very close at Class 3 level. Yeah, well, his win last year came on International Day. It was a solid win as well. So he's definitely one to follow. Trenton, you've got one for us, but we'll see a quicker return potentially on this fella.
He's going around this Sunday. Good View Clarico, his name is. He won 3 on the bounce the back end of last season as a 3-year-old, and he looked like a horse with a bit of upside. I quite liked it. And you see his trial here under Blake Shin. He jumps well, and the bait kind of takes a hold of him. I just like the way he responds. He runs through the line quite nicely there. I mean, winning 4 on the bounce is very hard, but it just looks like he's come back as a nice 4-year-old. And I think he can kind of move through the grades a bit here. I think he'd get to Class 2, this horse, pretty easily. It's very interesting. Blake's not riding this weekend, so he's gone to Valiant Dream, it looks like, and Matthew Poon rides this weekend. So it'll be interesting to see which way he goes, but I just like the way he just moves here. I think he's a horse that's got a bit in hand on these. All right,
it'll be interesting because it looks quite a hot sprint. Race number 9, that is, on Sunday. Got Prince of Gems, Fabulous 8 coming up in class as well. It is. We'll talk about the final race on the programme there at Sha Tin in a moment or so. Quick look at the diary though, and we do have the 10 races from Sha Tin on Sunday, a couple of all-weather races as well. Back to Happy Valley, had the week off, of course, with National Day at Sha Tin, and then return to Sha Tin the following Sunday. The Premier The next group race, the Premier Cup, comes up on the 18th of October. Right, back to Sunday. Final race on the programme. Class 2, 1,800 metres. Helene leading start back in action. Ho Ho Khan, haven't seen him since April. His wins, 1,800 plus Savigny, a good second to Excellent Proposal. He's £7 better off with his rival this time round, but Joe Moreira draws barrier 3 this time. Amazing Beats, his win over 2,000 so far, down to Golden Spectrum. Tianchi Monster, who comes up in class, Tianchi Monster, when scored in pretty good style, it must be said, despite being nearly 60 to 1. Matthew Poon takes over from Wagner Borges, who rode him on that day. But the story seems to be here, Graham. Excellent Proposal. And John Size has really got this horse out and up early. He's gone 14, 16 already up to the 1,800 metres.
And he's progressing fast. John Moreira summed it up very nicely when he went over a mile last time. Only good horses can do what he just did. He took the high road from a wide draw, raced wide all the way around the bend, but he put pretty smart field of handicappers to bed very, very readily. So he just looks ahead of the handicapper. It's hard to think that he won't hit the triple figure rating at some point this season, and he's going to be a pretty short order this Sunday.
Yeah, Savvy 9, having said that, Trent, I'm a big fan of this horse, Excellent Proposal. I think he's going to go all the way. But Savvy 9 does get a £7 turnaround. It was a good run from him as well.
He does. And like Savvy 9's the kind of horse, he's just been hammered here in terms of his ratings. He's never won a race, has he? But he's always contesting the good races and he's running well. So you can't knock him, and you wouldn't mind owning him. He's got a bit of prize money, but I reckon he's a dead set chance on Sunday. But yeah, Excellent Proposal will be hard to catch. All
right, well, let's hear from his trainer. An Excellent Proposal. He's trained by John Size. His thoughts heading into the weekend.
His runs since he's been in town have been first class. You know, he's raced very well. He looks like a fairly diligent racehorse. He travels well, he's fairly kind in his races, he sort of accelerates quite well, so he's got a lot of things going for him.
What about stepping him up to 1,800 metres here?
Well, we have to try eventually. He's had 2 runs in a short space of time, and so I think he's fit enough to go to the 1,800 and see if he's capable. But the way he travels in his races, he's so kind, I think he'd probably be able to do it.
Very much in Excellent Proposals camp. But we're talking about Joe Moreira earlier, Graham, about having difficult decisions to make. Skyfield and Excellent Proposal, they're going to bump into each other at some point, aren't they?
You would think so, but it might only be once, you know, because I'm pretty sure that Excellent Proposal has that middle distance potential. I think the jury's out on whether Skyfield has 1,600 potential, let alone 2,000. He's a very exciting horse, gorgeous-looking, flashy chestnut horse to look at, but he's a bit of a bold boyo. He's very perky in the paddock, and Casper summed it up really neatly yesterday. He said at one point in the middle of the race, it looked like he was about to take charge. In the end, he did it quite snugly, but he's by a sprinter. He behaves like a sprinter in his pre-race demeanour, and he races a bit like a sprinter. So for me, if it looks like a duck, walks like a duck, quacks like a duck, it's probably a sprinting duck.
All right, there's a lot of water to go under the bridge, Trent, between now and March for the Derby, but Excellent Proposal. To my eye, it looks like he's got it all.
He's a real deal, isn't he? I'd say very early, but he's the top seed for me at the moment. He can race a mile. I'd say he's going to race 1,800, and then you'd say race 2,000 as well. So he's definitely the real deal, and he's trained by the right man to get him there as well.
All right, great work as always, guys. That's the show, about all we've got time for. Very quickly, though, Graham, Tony Cruz, 1,300 winners on Thursday. That's some achievement. Yeah, Tony would tell you it's 2,000 plus because he always counts his riding winners in there. But he's on 13. But Casper Fownes, the man we just mentioned, he's on the threshold of a big number too. Yeah, just one away, Trenton, from 900, and every chance he could do it on Sunday. Yeah, there is. He's got a few nice ones in there, and I think he'll be trying to knock it off as early as he can, Casper, and try and get to 1,000 at some point soon. All right, well, great work as always, guys. Enjoy the action on Sunday. That is the show. Thanks for watching, with Tony Cruz celebrating his 1,300th training winner here in Hong Kong. We're going to leave you with Silent Witness winning his second Hong Kong Sprint back in 2004. As Silent Witness celebrated his 21st birthday on Thursday. So enjoy this. We'll see you again on Sunday and bring all the action from Hong Kong direct to you. Silent Witness, Dandy Able Prince right there, Osterhays in the middle. VAR just off them, Kelston Lido about a length off the lead. Pivotal Point the inside, Yell about 3 off the front runners.
Next, Sunningdale, Cape of Good Hope. In between them, trying to pick up is Sunningdale, the Tatling, and fading back, Last Royal Millennium. It's Multi Dandy on the outside of Natural Blitz. They're the leaders at the quarter pole. Next then came on the outside, Able Prince, Var trying to pick up. Right there, Multi Dandy, Silent Witness goes under Natural Blitz. Natural Blitz runs for his life, but the great champion Silent Witness starts to the front. This is all over. He's toying with them. This is unbelievable. Silent Witness 2 in front. Cape of Good Hope, Natural Blitz. Able Prince trying hard. The world champion wins in a canter. He's too good, Silent Witness.